G'day YouTube, how the heck are we doing? It is Foul Play here, and we're back for the fourth match of this modern league. We won the die roll here, and we're going to keep this slightly risky hand. It's got a good aggressive clock on it. I guess if we don't hit a land drop, we can resolve 3 spells, so that's something. Oh, looks like we're versing a burn deck here, and I think we're in a reasonable spot in this matchup. As long as we can keep our life total high and get to resolving our Daybreak Coronet, we should be fine. Not what we wanted to see off the top of our library there. I'm going to Ethereal Armor here. I think like Ethereal Armor plus Sentinel's Eyes should hopefully get there in most games with that 4/4 effect happening. Goblin Guide from our opponent. That's pretty gross. Well, help us hit out that land, please, opponent. And Stubborn Denial on the top. Well, that's not really what we wanted to see. Rift Bolt on Exile on the Suspend. Oh god, I hate how it sequences some of these cards. Alright, goodbye land. Hopefully this is good enough. Although we turned off our opponent's Gobby Guide, so that's interesting. So Rift Bolt face, free Paralysis trigger on the Swift Spirit. We can't block Swift Spirit, we can block Guide or just stop Guide from attacking, right? Looks like maybe they're wanting to cycle one of these Horizon lands. We'll see. Skewer the critics, straight to the face. 3 cards left in hand. Alright, just attacking with the Swift Spirit there. And we're all the way down to 7. Not a great life total to be at. Rift Bolt on Suspend as well. Alright, well, what can we do about that? Well, that's not going to be very helpful at all, I don't think. How frustrating is that? Oh my god. We might actually be forced into blocking the Swift Spirit this turn, or else our life total will just be too low, right? So Rift Bolt down to 4 life. Paralysis trigger here. Looks like maybe a Boros Charm. 4 damage to target player. Alright, well, yeah, Gemstone Mine, great land, hey guys. Oh well, onto sideboarding. Alright, so here is a Boros Burn deck. We can see the Goblin Guide and the Swift Spirit. This one in particular going away from the Eidolon the Great Revel. A whole bunch of burn spells that shoot face down. What's this play with Fire 1 that's new? 2 damage to any target if that player was 2 damage this way, scry 1. Doesn't seem like super incredible. Or even Searing Blaze. Well, they're not going to have that against us. The card they are going to have against us that's going to be frustrating is Deflecting Palm. So hopefully we can Stubborn Denial whenever that comes up. Other than that, I guess Roiling Vortex to stop us from gaining life, and Wear Tear to destroy our enchantments. Reminder guys, if you enjoy this video, find it entertaining or informative, please consider subscribing. So Line of Sanctity is good here for obvious reasons. I'm just going to look to take out all copies of Light Paws. We haven't actually even played this card or seen this card this entire league, which is absolutely ridiculous. This is the first game we've been boarding it out to. I think we go ahead and keep this one. It's not super amazing. It's not awful. Leyline of Sanctity is pretty good, but like a 3/3 creature and not much else going on, not the best. Our opponent has kept a 7-card hand. They did deliberate for a little bit there. We'll just go straight into dealing ourselves 3 points of damage, starting the clock at 17, but with that Leyline protection, hopefully we get the clock we need in the other direction. And Swift Spear from our opponent, attacking in for that 1 point of damage. And obviously no blocks to be had in this spot. We really want to see a good aura off the top, please, deck. That is not a good aura off the top. Holy shit. Frustrating as that one. I think we have no choice but to retaliate, attack back, although I'd be a lot happier if we had a Rancor or an Ethereal Armor in hand to back this up. As it is right now, sort of medium to weak position. Goblin Guide, alright, well, hopefully that helps filter us to our auras. Showing Rancor, alright, that's a good start. We're down to 13, our opponent is at 16, 1 mana floating there. Play that Rancor down. Windswept Heath, end of turn, attacking for 5. Alright, so casual 5 damage puts our opponent to 11. They've got 3 damage on Crackback, maybe some Paralysis triggers after shooting themselves in the face. Goblin Guard here, we could Windswept Heath block. But that's us potentially just taking an extra point of damage. But the Windswept Teeth also lets us shuffle if we don't like the card that we've seen on top. Hyena Umbra on top, not the best card. I guess we try and block here. Let's go ahead and try and block here. I want to see a new card. Hyena Umbra is not going to cut it. And just block a Goblin Guide. Prevent one point of damage. Go. Awesome. We did it. Opponent is, well, was missing land drops. Has played one now. What do we find? Oh my god, deck. What the fuck is this shit? Is it too late to take that Hyena Umbra back? I tell ya. Still a second blocking creature. Isn't nothing. Our opponent down to 6. We didn't see like a deflecting palm there, so that's kind of nice. Sacred Foundry in tapped. Alright, so here's the decision time. Is our opponent going to attack us or not? We can make our minds up a little bit depending on what that does. Alright, what's this show us? Ethereal Armor. Sure, I would love an Ethereal Armor. That sounds lovely. We'll go ahead and block one of these Goblin Guides. Keep our life total semi-healthy, and then we'll look to Ethereal Armor attack. If our opponent has Deflecting Palm, they beat us. I can't do anything about that. It's just where it's going to be. If they have Deflecting Palm, they beat us regardless of us playing Ethereal Armor or not. However, we do resolve the Ethereal Armor and our opponent concedes. Going into game 3, looking at some other burn lists, looks like this one runs both Ragavan and Eidolon the Great Revel, plus Roiling Vortex in the sideboard. It could be worth considering Force of Vigor because it hits both Eidolon and Roiling Vortex. Alright, let's bring in 2 Force of Vigor for Aqueous Form and 1 Stubborn Denial. Our opponent keeps 7 card hand. We've got a Leyline of Sanctity hand, so we'll go ahead and keep this. We got creatures, we got life gain, we got counter magic. All this looks pretty good to me. And Goblin Guard from our opponent, after skipping their attack step by going to their second main accidentally, we see Dried Arbor off the top, and that's not the best hit in the world. But Hallowed Fountain into Bogles is pretty good as well, though. So I'd love to see a free land source off the top here. Gemstone Mines, perfect. That one doesn't deal damage to us. This Dried Arbor is a little bit awkward. We want to see one more land drop realistically so we can hold up. Yeah, beautiful. So we can potentially hold up Stubborn Denial after we Daybreak Coronet and attack. So this one should actually be a pretty good lock. Everything's fallen into place pretty damn nicely here. Could be Wear Tear. That's fine. We get our trigger. Beautiful. Hey, look, at Plains as well. We don't even need to run out that fetch land to be able to do everything we want to. Eidolon the Great Revel, Boros Charm, giving it double strike. Sure thing. Wish that like doubled the top of the library trigger. That would have been pretty hilarious. Sentinel's Eyes off the top. Well, I think we're pretty good here. With the way our opponent's tapped, we might as well resolve the Sentinel's Eyes. They don't have 2 mana up currently. So this is just an extra point of life gain. Just really clenching this match the best that we can. Attacking for 7. Back up to 18. Opponent almost 1 attack away from dead. And oh, look, the Rancor, perfect. Hey, I love you, Curious Obsession. You are a great card. All right, our opponent concedes, and they don't know how much they saved themselves a little bit of hurt there. So we just take the victory in that matchup. In general, the burnout matchup is favorable, but it can still be lost, especially if our opponents are playing Deflecting Palms in the sideboard. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to let me know what you thought of the match down in the comment section below. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Until next time, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you then.